Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Jules and you're here with Oak Island Eats. If you're not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button so you can tune in anytime for drink recipes, food recipes, restaurant reviews, all of the above. I'm making salmon chowder tonight. I had some salmon in the freezer and I always have fish stock, so that it just sounds good. It's fall, it's a little cold, it's a little chillier. I mean, I shouldn't say cold, it's like 60s, but I love soup. I can eat it every day. And it's just a good way to mix things up when you make different kinds. This freezes well, so if you don't finish it all, pop it in the freezer. And obviously it stays fresh in the fridge as well, so stay tuned. Okay, so my ingredients are, I have some turkey bacon. You can use regular bacon, or like vegan bacon. I think that's like made of like tempeh or something. I don't know. I just wanted the bacon flavor, but I didn't really want like the carcinogens and the nitrates and like stuff like that. So I just opted for turkey because it's just healthier. And it's just a little flavor on the top. I have almost 2 pounds of salmon. This is actually, so we always go to Aldi and we get the like huge Alaskan, I think it's Alaskan or Atlantic, I don't even know. We go to Aldi, we get the salmon, and I portion it and then freeze it. So these are the last 2 ones I have. It's actually 1 pound and 13 ounces. I just weighed it. So it's almost 2 pounds, and I mean, you can use 2 pounds, you can use 1 pound. I'm just using it up. I have garlic cloves, onion, celery, 2 russet potatoes that are kind of on their way out, but they're fine. Some carrots, salt, pepper, my fish stock, half and half. You can use whole milk, heavy cream. I'm gonna use half and half because this is what we have the most of, and actually I don't really keep milk in the house. We keep half and half for my husband for coffee. And I have heavy cream, which is for a recipe. We don't keep heavy cream. And the milk we have is non-dairy, so actually, normally it's oat milk, but right now it's coconut milk. And then I have tarragon, which is like, if you don't eat tarragon, you gotta try it. And it's obviously very pungent at first, but when you put it in recipes, it makes the dish taste so good. And it's like, it's not something you cook with normally, so it's just like, just elevates everything. And then just chives for garnish. So I'm gonna go ahead and start chopping everything, making sure everything is like how I want it to be, so that when I start cooking the dish, it's just easy to throw everything in and keep moving along. So I'm gonna create my mise en place, which is just all that means. It's like everything in place and just ready to cook. So I'm gonna remove the skin from my salmon because I don't want that in the soup. And then I'm just gonna I'm gonna dice the salmon to be like 1/2 inch, 1 inch pieces, probably 1 inch, I don't know what we'll say. But don't throw away the skin. If you have dogs, they love cooked salmon skin and it's really good for them. So I'm gonna crisp this up and let my dogs have it in their dinner tonight. So I'm just peeling the skin off. Oh, and it ripped, but that's okay because we're chopping it anyway. Honestly, it's probably from freezing it. Make sure you really get the meat though. You don't want to waste anything. Well, I'm giving it to my dog, so it's not gonna be wasted anyway, but I do want this to be, a hearty soup. I want all the salmon I can get in it, so. And it's gonna, I mean, you know what fish is like when it's cooked, so it is gonna break. It's gonna get piecey in there, so I'm not really worried. Be careful that you remove the scales that fall off on your board, because we don't want those in the soup. It's just not good for you. 1, it doesn't taste good. 2, you can't chew it, and 3, it can harm you. So just, you don't want that in there. Once it's cooked, it's fine. We all eat cooked when it's like the salmon skin and stuff, but I'm just throwing this in there. I'm not searing it beforehand. And my dog is right here because she can smell it. Fiona, you can have salmon tonight, right, little girl? They're like, I don't know, they're all be different anyway because the thickness of the salmon's different, and I'm not gonna be picky about that. This isn't some like Michelin star restaurant where I need everything to be the same exact size. So, and if you get a bigger piece, like, just bite it. It's gonna be good. What matters is that it tastes good. And I will make it look good for a picture, no matter what. Like butter. So for my potatoes, I rarely ever peel potatoes, ever. Unless it's like, you know, potato puree, like legit potato puree, like stuff that you need to peel them for. But the skin just has so many nutrients that, and like I don't want to waste it. At the restaurant I used to work at, AKB, the chef would take the skins and like save them for when she made like a potato soup or whatever, which I've done before. But if I'm making this, I'm not gonna like soon make a potato soup. Like I'm not in a restaurant right now. I'm not trying to like sell dishes. I'm just making this to eat and, you know, show you guys the recipes. So you can, I advise peeling it if you're gonna save it. But this is just for like our consumption, and I do not want to waste anything. Medium dice? My culinary school teachers would murder me for these, but again, I'm not squaring stuff off and like you waste so much. I don't care like how good you are at knife skills, you're still wasting something. You're still wasting some part of it. So I personally think that knife skills, I know they're important, but they're not as important to me as like food waste. So that's what we're doing. A great addition to this would be like corn kernels. It's not summer, so I don't know. I know there's corn in the store still and stuff, but like I didn't have any, so. But I guess, I don't know, I just think of as corn as like a summer vegetable, so if I were making this in the summer, I definitely would add corn. Or like peas would be really good, just like frozen. I don't have any of those either, so I'm not throwing them in. But add whatever you have. You know, this is just kind of like my base recipe for this. But frozen vegetables, like, I love. Normally we always have them in the fridge. We're kind of low on groceries right now because we are like trying to social distance and stay home and like not waste anything and not go to the store so often and not waste money and yada yada yada. So I'm not going to the store just to pick up like one ingredient. Let's look at this next. And as for like celery leaves, I know a lot of people say that they're bitter, and they are right, but I don't care. Like, I don't really think it's bitter. I think they just taste like celery. And also, like, I really like celery leaves in soup. I guess, like, you know, the flavor is just not as pungent because it's like diluted in the stock or the water or whatever the liquid of your soup is. I like it. I like the leaves floating around. And if you don't want that, just don't use the leaves. I really don't think that the taste is like that much of a difference. And then I went to Costco like, I don't know, three weeks ago and got 2 huge bags of baby carrots. Obviously when cooking, like, I don't really use baby carrots. It's mostly snacking and salads and hummus and like that. But I don't know, I don't really want to be like heavy on carrots in this. but use like 2 large regular carrots. And then these, just same thing, just, my dog's gonna eat that one. Go ahead, Wally, take it. Good boy, you waited until I said that, you're a good little man. Good boy, Wally. Yeah, so, I don't know, I don't think that baby carrots like look pretty in anything. I think that they look like gimmicky or like fake. I know they're not, but I just prefer like real carrot. Like, what's up, Doc? Like, carrot. So I don't really care how these are cut because I'm not gonna like the way they look. So let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm just literally running my knife through it like once, just to make sure there's no like large clumps, and then done. And I'm just gonna push that off to the side because I ran out of bowls. So I will use my knife cuts for this onion because it is a pet peeve of mine when people just like slice into an onion and it's, I don't even understand it. So stem, root, always, we don't need to pull it off, always cut off a little bit there of the stem. Keep the root intact. You do that so you can have a flat surface. And then you cut through. See, I cut through the root. Then you have your 2 halves. Then we will peel off the skin, the outer layer of both. And I'm gonna use this whole onion, but even if you don't, it's fine. If you peel it off, store it in the fridge. And I'm gonna do a, say, medium dice. Okay, so then if you want slices, you just take slices off, but we're just gonna do like your typical medium dice. So chives I'm not chopping because they're just gonna be my garnish. Tarragon. So good. It's like black licorice. Licorice? I don't know. And it's strong, obviously, but it's so good. I love it. It's like my favorite in salad dressings. It's so good. And it's a soft herb. So you can cook it or not, serve it raw. You can serve any herb raw, but it's a soft herb. And everything that I throw away, I mean, I'm fortunate enough that I have a garbage disposal, but I don't, like this would never ever go in the garbage. Like everything goes down the drain. If it doesn't, like it goes into stock, or like I'll put it in a container and then when I'm ready to make stock, I have like whatever for stock, or it goes down the garbage disposal back into the earth. Like we're not wasting here. That piece is kind of bad, so we're not gonna use it. So the thing is, this is very strong. So we really don't want to use too much. I just want like a little hint of flavor in there. Actually, I really don't want to waste that. It's gonna like wilt down anyway. Okay. A little more, just a little bit more. No, he's not gonna eat that. All right, so I'm just gonna give this a rough chop because I don't want like stringy pieces. But by all means, do not spend time on this. All right, so my mise en place set up. I chopped up my potatoes, salmon, carrots and celery, garlic, onion, and like a rough chop through my tarragon. I'm saving the chives till the end because it's just a garnish and I'll just cut that anytime. My liquids I'll measure out, but I just want to start cooking everything else first. But once you do this, it's just easier to start throwing things into the pot, and you don't have to worry about like chopping something up or, you know, it just makes the whole process of actually cooking way faster. So I have 4 pieces of turkey bacon. You can use regular bacon. Honestly, regular bacon would be better because it's gonna render out fat, whereas this bacon isn't gonna do it. But I'm going to, so I have my stock pot here. It's a medium stock pot, and I'm just gonna cook up this bacon. And this is just gonna be a garnish. If you were to use regular bacon, like I said, it'd be good because it would render out fat, and that would be the fat that you're gonna use to cook the rest of the vegetables in. Turkey bacon doesn't really render fat, but I'm just doing this as a garnish. So we'll cook it up, crisp it up, then I'll chop it up, and then I'll add olive oil. So obviously, bigger pot would have been better, but whatever, it's gonna cook. I'm not worried about the presentation of this because we're just gonna crumble it. All right, so I have olive oil heating up in my stock pot. I'm gonna throw in onions, carrots, and celery. Heating for longer than it should. We're not trying to caramelize these, we are just deep frying them apparently. Just getting them to be translucent. Cooking down, and the onions are translucent, not transparent. So I'm gonna add potatoes and garlic. And the reason why I'm adding the garlic now is because it's so small I don't want it to burn. That's why I didn't add it. I know like most recipes are like, add the garlic first, but that's how you burn garlic. So don't do that. And then you don't want these potatoes to really get any color. You just want to get some heat in them. All right, so these have been cooking down. I'm gonna add black pepper. And some salt. The potatoes love salt, so let's really get that going. And then I'm gonna add 3 cups of fish stock. This is red drum fish stock. It was seasoned with carrots, onion, celery. Alright, so then we're just going to add the tarragon. 4 cups of fish stock. Tarragon, I'm going to bring it to a boil. So I'll cover it, bring it to a boil, and then let it simmer for a little bit. So we just want to make sure that these veggies are fork tender. Most of the potatoes are the largest in size, and they are. So we're still going to keep it on simmer. We're going to add the cream. That's 2 cups. Just blend that. It'll all cook together anyway and simmer together. We're going to add all of the salmon chunks. So just cover and bring that back to a simmer. Don't let it really boil though. So it's been like 8 minutes. You can see the salmon is fully cooked through. And the chowder is good to go. We're gonna taste it. Definitely need salt, per usual. But the flavor is really good. I'm gonna do a little more black pepper. And then we will ladle it into our bowls. Top it with some of that turkey bacon. Just gives it like a little extra depth of flavor. Chop up a few chives. You can use scallions too if you have them. Garnish with that. And there you go. I like my chowders a little more like runny, I guess you'd say. I don't like it like too thick, too creamy. If I want that, I'm gonna have like a baked potato soup. But this is like the perfect texture. Just for like a hearty chowder that'll warm you up any night of the week. And that's how I make salmon chowder. If you want the exact measurements for the recipe, check the description box below and leave a comment if you have any critiques or different ways that you make salmon chowder or just any questions. And stay tuned for more videos. Thanks for watching.